Welcome to another NEBA Spotlight. Eric, tell us about your business.
Good morning. So stop screaming at your computer when it's not working properly. That's not going to solve your problem. When email's not working, or Zoom's not working, or your printer's not printing, or worse, you're getting pop-ups all over your screen, it's infuriating. And no amount of screaming obscenities at your computer is going to solve that problem. And that's where I come in. I'm Eric Jacobowitz, Castle Computer Technologies, full service IT company. I troubleshoot computers, remove viruses, keep your computer working smoothly. It's all done remotely. It does not matter where you're located. I log onto your computer and I fix the problem. There's two ways that I do it. One way is very straightforward. You're having a problem, you give me a call. Just like if you're having a problem in your house with a plumbing or electrical problem and you call a plumber or electrician, you have a computer issue, you give me a call, I log onto your computer and I fix the problem. And the other way that I work is I have a monthly monitoring and maintenance program that maintains the health of your computer, provides top quality security, does all the maintenance on your computer. If you have an issue, I just take care of it, and that's all for one small monthly fee. This morning, I want to talk a little bit about your computer, some things you could do to keep your computer and data safe, and some things that you must have to keep everything safe. So the first thing, and I mentioned this earlier, today is the day. Windows 10 is officially end of life. Microsoft is no longer supporting it. If you have a Windows 10 computer, it is very strongly recommended you upgrade to Windows 11 if your computer can support it. And if your computer cannot support it, you might want to consider getting a new computer. I say that with the one caveat that it's almost end of life. Microsoft is offering for $30, you could extend the life of Windows 10 for 1 year if your computer, if they deem your computer can support it. There's a little process you go through, and for $30, they will extend you with getting Windows security updates for 1 year. But it is strongly recommended you upgrade to Windows 11 at this point. So software is going to stop supporting Windows 10, and it's going to get harder and harder to work on Windows 10. It is very strongly recommended you upgrade to Windows 11. One of the things that you must have on your computer to keep your data safe is a password manager. We all have all these passwords, and it's impossible to remember them all. And you should not be using the same password for every website, because that's just dangerous. And here's a quick reason why. Let's say you use the same password for Target that you use for your bank. A couple years ago, Target was hacked and passwords were leaked. Well, now the hackers have the password to your bank. And if you don't think they're not going to find out which bank you're banking at, you're wrong. They will know, they will find out, and they will try and get into your bank. So you need a different password for every single website you go to. It is impossible to remember them all. So you need a password manager to store your passwords safely and securely. And it is better to use a dedicated password manager than it is to use the one built into Chrome or Safari or Edge or Firefox. Use a dedicated password manager. They work much better. They will sync across all of your devices. Doesn't matter what kind of device you have, and you'll always have access to your passwords. And here's one quick reason why it's really good. Let's say you're on your Windows computer and you use Google Chrome as your web browser, and you have Chrome storing all of your passwords. And then you go over to your iPhone, but on your iPhone you use Safari. Well, now you don't have access to all your passwords. So using a dedicated password manager will give you access to all of your passwords in every web browser, on every device. It doesn't matter what you use. It's safe, it's secure. They use really good encryption. So using a dedicated password manager is very strongly recommended. Next, and this is probably more important than a password manager, is turning on multi-factor authentication. When you log into a website with your username and password, and then you get a code on your phone, you need to enter that code into the website to gain access. That's imperative to have these days. All of our passwords have been leaked. Passwords are basically irrelevant at this point. They've all been leaked. They're all out there. They're easy to find. So you need a way of keeping your data secure, and your logins of various websites, you need to keep it secure. The only way to do that is with multi-factor authentication. So let's take Facebook. You've seen on Facebook many times, my account's been hacked, don't accept a friend request from me. That's probably because they didn't have multi-factor authentication turned on. So the hacker got into their account, the hacker changed the password, the hacker turned on multi-factor authentication so you can no longer get into your account. So what you need to do is go into your account, you turn on multi-factor authentication, which will then give you a code on your phone that you enter into the website to get access. You don't have to do it every time, but anytime it recognizes a new device, it's going to prompt for that code on your phone. And there's a couple of ways to get the code on your phone. One way is via text message, which is the least secure method. It's still better than nothing, but is the least secure method. Another way is using what's called an authenticator application, which you install on your phone, and that 6-digit code that you have to enter changes every 30 seconds. That is much more secure than using a text message, but either will work as long as you have something to keep your data secure. If you have any questions, I could explain it more. Contact me. Next, backup. This is imperative. You have to back up your data because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when your hard drive is going to fail. It's going to fail. You're going to lose your data. So you need to back up your data, and you should be backing it up off-site to the cloud somewhere. If you're just using a USB device connected to your computer, and you have a fire or theft or a flood or a virus on your computer, that virus is going to transfer to the USB drive. And if you have any kind of disaster, you're going to lose your backup drive. So you can't have your backup connected to your computer because that's not truly a backup. You want to have your backup stored offsite in the cloud somewhere where you can access your data from anywhere in the world if there's ever a problem, and it's not expensive, but it is an insurance policy that you must have. You need to back up your data. And using OneDrive or Google Drive or Dropbox, those are not really backups. Those are just storage stored somewhere else. So it's just having your hard drive in the cloud somewhere. They're not true backups. And there are services that will back up those cloud backups as well, something that you could have. And recently somebody called me, they lost access to their Microsoft account. They got hacked and the hacker got in and they lost access to their Microsoft account, and all their files were in OneDrive and they weren't backed up. So they lost access to all of their files. So you need to have a backup of even OneDrive or Google Drive. And again, not very expensive, but it's something that you have to have. Quick tech tip. You need to call tech support or you need to contact the company. Never Google a phone number. When you Google a phone number and what you see on the screen, that phone number there, that's not Apple. That is not Apple's phone number. If you Google a phone number, most of the time you're going to get a fake number. It's going to be some kind of scam website. You're going to call them. They're going to pretend to be their Apple in this case, and they're going to want to log onto your computer and cause all kinds of damage or steal personal information. So never Google a phone number. Go to the company's website, go to the bottom of the page where it says contact us and get their phone number and then call them. This is a popular one. You do a search, let's say for Amazon. You type in Amazon in the Google search field, and then you get results. And the very first result says sponsored or ad. Never click that, because when you click that, you're going to get what you see on the right side of the screen, which is a virus warning on your screen. So never click a sponsored ad or an advertisement in a link, because a lot of times it's fake. It's not the real website, and you're going to get a pop-up message on your screen that tells you have a virus. Instead, when you do a search, scroll past the promoted or sponsored ones. A little bit below, you'll see the actual real website. Click on that, and then you can go to the actual company's website. Finally, I mentioned my monthly monitoring service. I monitor the health of your computer, provide top quality security. I keep your computer working smoothly. I do all the updates for you. It's for a small monthly fee. It keeps your computer safe. If you ever have a problem, I just take care of it. And if you have any questions, that's me, Eric Jacobowitz, Castle Computer Technologies. We worry about your computer so you don't have to. You can scan that QR code. You'll get all my contact information. It brings you to my digital business card, and you can also get on my calendar and have a meeting, or just call, text, or email me anytime. I'll be happy to talk. Thank you very much.
All right, Eric, thanks so much.